So in addition to this re-uploading of the trailer, I figured I'd do something different this time and actually show you guys how to install the map, how to install the mod, because it's a little bit more complicated than just a normal map. So I figured I'd just go ahead and show you how it all works. So first things first, you're going to need CurseForge. The link to this page is in the description, or you can just copy the UR code as seen here. Type it out word for word, or you can just get the link in the description. I've already got it installed, but basically you're just gonna want to download it on Overload, or not Overload, Overwolf, and then install it like a normal application. I've already got it installed and signed in, so I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, once you've loaded up CurseForge, it's gonna look something like this. You're gonna want to load up Minecraft, sign in. I forget where the sign in is. It'll prompt you to, yeah, here it is. Log in. Oh, I'm not logged in. Oh, that's interesting. Anyway, from this page, you'll be able to manage your Minecraft instances. You're going to want to go to create. You can pick any old profile. And the important thing is going to be your Minecraft version. Minecraft Shiverburn, the map, which is also linked in the description, is made and built for 1.20.1. That is the most important thing about this. You want to keep it at Forge, and you want to keep it on the recommended. So that is going to create, and that's pretty much it. Once it's finished, it'll automatically open up the... It'll open up the instance that you've created. We are not doing anything on this screen as of this point in time. You're going to want to go ahead and click play. So after a little while, it will launch the Minecraft launcher. You want to make sure that you're signed in using your Minecraft account or your Microsoft account. You can select your skin, installations. You should see the name that you picked for your instance and the Forge version that you're using down here. You want to go ahead and click play. Alright, so when you load into Minecraft for the first time, you're going to open your mods folder. You're going to see there's nothing here. I usually just do some basic things like turn off the music and then flip some controls. Feel free to make fun of me down in the comments. Turn view bobbing off. And at this point, I'm basically done. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into single player. It'll prompt you to create a new world. For sake of this, we're going to go into world types, super flat, and then create new world. I don't actually know if this is necessary, might not be. But basically, you're just going to load into a world for the first time, and that's as good as it's going to get. And then you immediately back out, and immediately quit the game. That is all you need to do for now. The next step is actually back on CurseForge. We're going to install both the map and the mod simultaneously. Now pay attention because this is important. You're going to want to click these three dots and open your mod folder. At this point, we have two files now available. Because we launched the game and we loaded a world, we have these two files right here, the mods file and the saves file. Both of these are where we are going to put our download. Now in the description, I have linked a Google Docs, or I should say a Google Drive, to these two files right here. You need both of them. This is the mod, and then this is the actual map. We're going to start with the mod first. So you're going to want to go ahead and just click it, click copy, minimize that, reopen your CurseForge settings, double click into mods, and paste. That's all you need to do. Now for the world, it's a little bit more complicated because it's a file. You're going to click copy, minimize that, go into the saves folder here, and you should see new world here. New world is the world that it was that flat world that we created. We don't need this anymore, so we can actually just delete it. And then we can click paste. This might take a little bit of time. It is a lot of files, but it doesn't take that much time. And then we should be able to just close this down. Once both of those steps are complete, You can close down your file explorer and you can click play again. Now at this point in time, before clicking play, you can add additional mods. I do not recommend this, but if you wanted to play with like shaders or something, you're going to need extra mods or stuff. I'm going to go ahead and full screen this, if it'll work. There we go, full screen. Once in game on the home screen, you should be able to go into your mods folder, which is this button here, and you should see Minecraft Shiverburn loaded. Missing description. When you go into your single player, you should see the map ready to go. Click play, select world, and the map will start. And that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do to get your hands on this map. You should load up in a room that looks something like this. There'll be an item in here. You can switch game modes. As you can see, the map is here. And we've done everything correctly and everything's in working order. And that's it. That's how you install the map. From here, you'll be able to play the map as you would in adventure mode. Or you can just do what I did and just explore in creative mode. It's up to you. You can do whatever you want. This is just a little video to explain how to actually install this thing and how to run it. So some of you might recall back in March, specifically on March 11th, I posted a trailer about this map, and 3 days later, that trailer was gone. Well, actually, I don't think it was 3 days later. The trailer was out for a while, and then I released the map on March 23rd, and then 3 days later, the map, the trailer, and all the live streams that Johnny and I did were gone. And I suppose now is a good time to provide a little bit of an explanation for what the heck that was all about. So, basically, I intended to release this map on the 23rd. I did, but then I felt as if that was a mistake. I felt as if I did something wrong. And at the time, I didn't really understand what it was, but long story short, yeah, it's complicated. It's how to put this in words. I'm being real talk here. Like, I'm not editing this bit or anything. Like, I'm trying to think like how to put it in a way that makes sense, because I'm not really good with explaining like spiritual situations like this. So back in October, I shared my baptism video of me being baptized, which if you didn't see that, I highly recommend you go see it. It's a fantastic video. Audio could be better, but it's still a fantastic video. I was baptized, which basically is a public statement of salvation, which is something I need to be considerate of now more than ever. Because of my baptism video, I need to be more professional about, well, I feel like I should be more professional about the kind of content that I post on my channel, because the standards have changed. I'm not the same guy that I was back when I started this channel, and even of last year, I'm a completely different person to who I was last year than I am now. And I praise the Lord for that. But basically, when I posted that map, I uploaded it to Planet Minecraft. I let you guys all get a chance to download it. From the analytics, if I remember correctly, only 5 people downloaded it, which is absolutely horrible for a map. This didn't negatively affect me. You guys might be wondering, like, oh, the map didn't do so well. He's had another existential crisis. I promise you that was not the case. I'm doing fine. I'm doing all right. I didn't have a breakdown over the map failing. I didn't delete it because the map failed. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made this video and I wouldn't have posted about it. But basically, after I posted it, I felt as if my spiritual relationship with my Father in heaven was broken. And I couldn't figure out why. And every time I asked about it, the thought of this map and the public release came to mind. And so I'm just thinking to myself, why? And a few days later, I got my answer. It was because I had made this project an idol. I was glorifying myself with this project as opposed to glorifying the Father, which is ultimately who's responsible for this map. This project, this specific project, the creation of this project is the biggest, hardest, and craziest project I have ever made, I've ever completed, and I couldn't have done it without the Lord. But with the public release, I failed to acknowledge that. I took all the credit for myself, and that was wrong. Because I couldn't have done any of this. I couldn't have done anything without the Lord guiding me, without the Lord helping me through every single problem, every single step of the way. Over the course of the project's development, there was like 3 or 4 major problems that I ran into during development. And I couldn't have solved any of them without the Lord helping me, and without the Lord's guidance, and without his wisdom that he gave me. I am not responsible for this map. The Lord used me to create it, and I feel as if last time I tried to post it, I failed to acknowledge that, and that's why I felt like I needed to take it down. So 3 days after I posted it, I deleted it for that very reason. I needed to take a step back. I needed to reevaluate my priorities. What do I love more? Do I love this project more, or do I love my relationship with my Father more? And I cared more about my Father's relationship than this stupid project. Now, of course, after the public post was deleted, the Lord basically said, like, okay, you can repost it now. You've proved your point. You can repost it now. And at the time, I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to fall back into that trap again. Because I became so obsessed with the original trailer launch and with the post, or with the public release, I became so obsessed with the analytics and the downloads and the views and the likes. It was an idol to me, and I didn't want to do that. So I asked the Lord in wisdom in handling the situation, and he gave me the idea to just put the world downloaded in the description of this video. Like, is so simple. Like, so from here on out, if I post any future maps, I'm going to make videos like this. And I'm also going to make installation guides, trailers, the whole works. I'm going to do things like this more frequently. World downloads will not be posted to Planet Minecraft. Nothing is being posted to Planet Minecraft anymore. I'm done there. I'm just going to be keeping my world downloads here on YouTube. So if you want to download the map, it's in the description. You can play it, enjoy it. I'm going to put the live streams that Johnny and I did back up onto the channel, so they'll be public again if you want to watch those again. They were a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. The Lord blessed me with those. And yeah, so I suppose at this point in time, it's a good time to mention, in the description down below, there's a bunch of different links, but there's one labeled The Making of Shiverburn. And this one in particular is interesting because I documented the entire development process, the entire journey, and then summarized it all into a couple of pages of, I guess, documentations that you can read. It's not a video, it's not anything crazy, but it's also linked in the description. I wanted to share that with you because the Lord helped me through a lot. I've been through a lot to get to this point. And I wanted you guys, if you want that story, it's also in the description if you want to read about it. There's a lot that went into this. The Lord enabled me to do this. I'm super thankful and super grateful for what he has done for me and what he's allowed me to do with this massive project. And I'm super grateful. I'm super thankful. The Lord truly blessed me with this. And I want to share with you guys a verse that I carried through a lot of the development process of this. It's Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make your paths straight. In a nutshell, this is like, what this is saying is like, hey, acknowledge that the Lord is there. He's helping you. He's right next to you. He's walking you through life. And he will guide you through life. And sometimes life doesn't make sense. And a lot of the time I was asking myself, like, is this project really worth doing? Like, I've spent 17 months on it. Was it worth it? After taking the map down from the public release, I asked myself, was it worth it? Was it worth the 17 months? And I can say now with confidence that yes, it was, because the Lord wanted me to make this video and to proclaim that I am nothing. I am not anything special. I'm not anyone who's capable of this craziness. The Lord walked me through this. He guided me through every step of the way, and I have this verse on my wall, so that way I can always remember that He is walking me through life, and I just have to acknowledge that He's there, and He will. And it's a real comfort for me, especially at this period of time in my life. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of like transitioning away from YouTube and trying to dip into real life stuff, which is kind of scary, and maybe by this video, by this project, I've been trying to push it off even further, but I think it's about time I grew up. I do want to do more maps like this in the future, but I don't know when that's going to be. So at this point in time, yeah, that's basically everything I have to say in this segment. There is something that I do need to address, and it's this quote. I should talk to stream about public release. So now that Johnny is done, I have some information. The public release has been delayed. See, Paul gave me a really... You're welcome. Paul gave me a really cool idea for, I guess you could say for a boss the other day. And all of today, most of today, I spent my time working on it. And it turned out really well. And I wanted to include him into this update of the map. So I figured, like, since this is unreleased to the public, why not, like, why do 2 public releases when I can just throw it all in and just do one? So, yeah, what was that all about? Long story short, there was an expansion, a DLC, you could say, that I was planning on doing. I'm not going to show you everything, or I'm not going to show you anything, actually, of what I did make, mainly because I don't feel comfortable with showing it off anymore. It's kind of, again, it's kind of complicated. I'm glad I didn't do it, though. I started it, felt like it was not working out, and then decided to stop. Which, of course, brings me to this current release. This current release, nothing has changed. Well, minor things have changed since when Johnny played it. When Johnny played it in the live stream, that version of the map is going to be in the description. That is the public release. Same with the mod. The mod hasn't changed. I haven't done anything. I decided against this for the sake of this project's complete. I'm not doing anything else with it. I don't want to do anything else with it. It's done. I don't care. I will say it's been a crazy ride. I'm very grateful that the Lord allowed me to make this and to see it through all the way, and also to release it to the public, because he could have had me delete it outright, and that would have been that, and that would have been his will. But I think this was the better option. So I want you guys, I want to make this clear. The Lord gets all the credit. I don't want any credit from this. Give praise and glory to the Lord. I don't want any of it. With that being said, maps in the description. The making of Shiverburn also in the description. I heavily encourage you to read that as well if you have the time, if you're interested, because it's a crazy story. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the map. If you try it out, I don't really care. Yeah. Thanks for watching, I guess.